Son, we could do this the easy way.
Or the hard way.
The easy way.
And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me as always is Mikey the Freak.
What's up?
And Steve.
What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do?
I think that's a different set of movies. Today we are going to be discussing Back to the Future 2. The IMDb says, after visiting 2015, Marty McFly must repeat his visit to 1955 to prevent disastrous changes to 1985 without interfering with his first trip. There you go. You have it. End of movie.
That's it.
Hammer, nail on the head.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You can never finish the movie though, because you have to finish the movie because it doesn't have the standing rule of when the name of the movie is said, you can stop watching. At no point do they say we have to go Back to the Future Part 2. They never say that.
No, they never do say that.
No.
No, this was a lot of people's favorite Back to the Future.
Oh yeah. Mine.
I like the first one, but the second is actually.
It's because you really love that incest storyline, right? You're a big Oedipus Rex fan.
Hey, no. Hey, whatever works.
This is why I love the second movie, because it gives us all of the great stuff from the first movie without the incestuous storyline, and then adds a little bit more.
This is true. It really does.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I know.
The addition of another Jennifer and the subtraction of the original George also kind of helped in this movie, I think.
But in reality, tell me that you watched this movie as a teenager and was like, that's not Crispin Glover. Because at no point in my childhood was I like, that's not the guy that played George in the first movie. No, it's George Weiserman.
Yeah, George
autographed
Weissman.
Autograph and signature right there on the wall. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
I got one as well.
I got one. I got Jeffrey right up there on the wall.
Yep. Hey, we all got him. But
but I got mine for free on Twitter in a contest.
Oh, nice.
Came all the way from Ireland.
Yeah,
we text them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, do you just text him all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let me text Stuart Pankin and tell him what's up real fast.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're getting off subject here, but Back to the Future 2.
Hey, we're just having fun.
Yes, this is a special edition show. This is,
episode 50.
Episode 50. It took us 50 episodes to get here. So
guys, I'm so glad I've been able to help build this ship and guide it to where it's going to 50 with the 4 episodes I've been on.
Hey, we enjoy having you on, though. We really do.
I enjoy being on.
At least I do.
You're
I'm not going to speak
you're so
Mikey.
full of useless knowledge of movie trivia. It's great.
Yeah,
I really am.
and it really helps me, who is not full of useless trivia knowledge on movies.
Well, I got a ton of useless information about this movie, so.
Well, I mean, what? Okay, let's get into it. What is your favorite part of Back to the Future 2? Mikey the Freak.
There were so many different ones. I like the Back to the Future 2. It's probably it is my most favorite Back to the Future movie because how they kind of incorporated and what the future would look like. I think me personally was hoping that we would have hover converted cars in 2015. I'm like, holy shit, that would be so cool. So it's kind of that where we are now and where we could be. So we kind of hope to have that information then. And then when October 21st, 2015 rolled around, you're like, yep, Mount City.
They're not here.
But yeah, everything was pretty cool. Hoverboards, which hoverboards do exist, but not the negative.
They're
negative
not real
gravity
hoverboards.
Boards. Exactly, they're not really hoverboards. So no negative gravity type boards. However, it was so inventive, and we took what Back to the Future, the first movie, and how Hill Valley would look like, 30 years into the future, and how things would change, and and then I kind of was like taken back in how dark the movie got when it went to the alternate 85 with the death of George and You know, how they've ransacked the school and
Burn
the
it
you know
down.
his yeah, exactly. You know, so all that kind of stuff, you're like, wow, that
Mr.
how
Strickland, you just gave me detention the other day. What are you talking about the other day? The high school's been burned down for years.
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
so
will just
that was
jump to
cool.
random scenes. I will jump
Oh,
to
we
random
can do it
scenes.
too. We can do it too. I mean, I was literally watching this movie today, and my daughter's like, "Why are you watching this?" I'm like, "Well, we're reviewing the movie today." She says, "But you know this movie word for word. You do not
exactly.
need
Yeah.
to watch it."
Could literally write the script to the
Yeah.
entire movie.
All right, what
Yeah,
is
it was just dark, and I thought that was kind of interesting to go there in this movie when the first movie and the second movie kind of was started off where it's very fun and different and futuristic, and now it's how, you know, when Biff takes the almanac and greed takes over,
Ooh
he
la
lets
la.
everything go to shit. Yeah, ooh la la.
Ooh la
Ooh la la.
All right,
Sports reading material.
Back to the Future 2. In the future, Jaws 19. What is the subtext?
Oh, this time it's really, really personal.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Little trivia there. I love Jaws 19, directed by Spielberg, not Steven.
It's Max Spielberg.
Right.
Who was his son, who was born in 1985. I mean, come on, man. You're talking to the guy that comes up with the random trivia for the episode.
This is true. This is true.
Sharks still look fake.
Well, I mean, literally back in the day, me and Mikey the Freak would watch this movie and write down trivia questions about the movie.
Oh yes.
And
The far most absurd stuff ever, right?
yes.
Like what kind of BMW did Griff have?
I don't know. I don't remember that one though.
It was a 633.
633.
And the only way you can tell is you have to stop it when he hits his tail light, when he misses Marty. The only way you can tell.
When they're looking down the alley to see Jennifer being put in the police car, what is the billboard behind them? What does it say? It says surf blank. He's leaving.
You guys are getting too much. Like now, you're just getting too deep into it for me. Like I was just like, part of me, I'm just gonna go now.
That's how we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Surf Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would do little details like what is the cop car number and stuff like that. But I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the number
it now. Yeah. But yeah, we would get into details like that. This movie, I mean, this series of movies that inspired this channel. Back to the Retro Review. It's Back to the Future, basically. What we are.
Oh my God,
you just got it. Oh my
God. So for your new watchers out there, your new subscribers, newsflash.
This is a hangout episode. This is not really
Coulson.
this is not really a movie review because this is just we're fanboying out a little bit on this movie. That's
yeah.
No, I do. I absolutely love Back to the Future too. Like I said, it's my favorite in the series. I watched it probably the most as a kid. I loved, just deep diving into the random things about it. One thing that I love that they never get into the film, but if you know enough about the storyline and everything, it's when when old Biff goes back in time to give him young self the almanac. When he comes back, he's like groaning in pain and grabbing his stomach, and that's because he's being unwritten from time. He is literally dying because the past that he would have had has been completely changed, and he's just being erased from history.
Exactly. Yeah, I think there was a extended scene about that. Yeah,
it was a deleted scene on the DVDs that it shows that when he gets out, he goes behind the trash can and you see him just fade away.
Yeah. One of the things that I wish I could have from the future would either be the self dog walker or the dust repellent paper. from
Oh yeah.
Dust repellent paper.
yeah, from the antique.
GTFO. Get the out of here.
Okay, man.
Yeah, of all the things that like they have, like you're like, dust repellent paper, like that's just.
Well, if you're interested in dust, they also have this quaint little device in there called a dust buster.
Dust buster. That's right. That's right. My favorite item in the antiques window of all of that is a VHS box of National Lampoon's Animal House.
Okay.
Oh, see, I didn't notice that.
No, I know that they had the
lava lamp was in
lava
there.
lamp, the Roger Rabbit, because the voice of Roger Rabbit is actually in this movie.
The Mac, I want to say there's a Mac computer.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit, the voice of Roger Rabbit is the man that's trying to get Marty to give a couple credits for the clock tower.
Yep.
Yes, from the first movie.
And he's also the mechanic in 1985.
Yep.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Because I want to say he's the guy that just goes, "Come on, kid." Isn't he the guy that goes, "I wish I could go back in time and put a couple."
Yeah.
Put some money on the covers.
Put some money on the covers.
Yes, it's him, and it's also the mechanic in 1985. No Biff, it's horse shit.
Oh, that's funny. So he just literally never leaves Hill Valley.
Apparently.
Yeah, that was Terry.
Yes.
On the
Yep. All right.
Wow. Excuse me for not knowing the character's name. Griff.
Well, I get it.
Like I said, we know a lot more than we should sometimes.
This is true. This is very true. I mean, this is definitely top 3 favorite movie of mine. If not second, second.
All right.
Back to the Future 1 and then Back to the Future 2. Being 1,
and
2.
The third one, 3, yeah.
And then the third one would be Back to the Future 3. It's either that or the Donner cut of Superman. I don't know.
Donner cut. No. But yeah, if I had to rate this movie, I'm gonna jump into a rating here. If I had to rate this movie, I would probably rate this movie a 9.5. 9.5 for me.
Ooh, damn near perfection.
Damn near. I think the trilogy of Back to the Future is better than Star Wars, the original trilogy. But that's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bearded geek does not. His opinions are his opinions and his opinions alone.
That is true.
We do not condone his opinions.
You are BONKRES. All of the original Star Wars films are better. Any one of them are better than Back to the Future 3.
Ooh.
He could have said they were better than the Indiana Jones films.
That's true.
You are BAONKRE. You are bongers. You can take any of them, and Last Crusade will. Anyway, I will legit take Last Crusade over any Back to the Future film. I'm not even lying. I love
that's
Last
your
Crusade.
Prerogative, sir.
That's right, and that is my opinion.
The views and the opinions.
I'm giving it a 9.5. I thought it was shot well. I thought that for the time period that they shot this in, their vision of the future was a little far-fetched, but I mean,
who knows?
Cocaine.
It was Wild Gunman. I mean, it's a kid's toy. So
yeah, this is the first never mind. I won't mention an actor's name. We don't know who's going to be mentioned
in
later
related
on
reels. Yeah.
But
Mikey the Freak, what would you rate those? What would you rate those, Mikey?
What a dick. No, I'm on the same boat. I mean, I love this movie. I think a 9 and a 5, 9 and a 5, 14, 9 and a half is perfect for me as well. Just because the movie came out in 1990, so you assumed it was probably filmed around the same time, 89 give or take, 88, and their vision of the future. I don't know if it was far fetched. I mean, because I think we could have had hover conversion cars. I mean, people use their imaginations to create the future, and people use their imaginations to create products.
That's true.
So we very well could have had it, and maybe they tried to develop it, and they're like, no, we're not going to do that because we don't want to end up like Back to the Future 2. They it could have had some kind of a play on it,
Yeah.
I just have to say, people are shitty drivers on the road.
This is true.
Exactly.
Imagine how they would be in the air.
Especially if
Well,
the
the Skyway
Skyway is
would be
jammed.
Teenage
jammed.
teenage
Skyway
driver,
jammed.
just bam, bam from below. I'm driving. I'm like, what the? Where the Tina go? Where just happened? Oh, and then my flux is gone, and then it's me just going, yeah. As I just plummet to my doom because this goddamn teenage driver doesn't know what they're doing while they're driving in the air.
Good point.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. I'm sure. But yeah,
9-5
yeah,
for you.
the Skyway would be jammed. Yes, me and the bearded geek went to the same route with that one. But yeah, 9.5. Perfect execution. I'd watch it anytime it came on.
Yeah.
I even watch, and it's good for all ages. I had my 12-year-old watch it, and he actually sat and watched all three of them. He watched 2 and 3 together.
Oh, nice.
And he felt the second one for a 12-year-old. He liked the second one better because he liked the flying cars and that kind of stuff. So, as a 12-year-old,
it captures the imagination, is what it does.
Exactly. Yeah, I was 10 when the movie came out, so I'm in the same boat. So now I kind of relate to where he's at, and him watching the movie. I'm like, shit, I was around his age when I first watched. I completely understand. That's why I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Then, and I still enjoy the movie now.
Cool.
So 9 now, Steven.
I have to say before I get into the ranking, I got a fun memory. I remember watching Back to the Future 2 at home on like VHS, and then it gives you the little synopsis of Back to the Future 3. And then my parents looked at me and they were like, well, let's get going. And they literally got me in the car, took me to the theater, Back to the Future 3.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. It played right into it.
Awesome.
Yeah. My parents were cool like that. I'll just go with you guys. 9.5. Movie is like Thor Ragnarok, damn near perfection. Like, I just love it. It's got great memories from me in my childhood. Just all of the great things that I love. When I started working at a movie theater, it was literally what October 21st, 2015. Me going back to working at movie theaters, which for me was just going back to, like, it was a blast from the past. It was Back to the Future. Like, no, it's I love this movie, and much like you guys, whenever it's on, I can watch it. If you had to make me pick between 1, 2, and 3, I'll pick 2 every time.
Yeah. I get it. Before we jump into movie trivia, or fun facts, I do got one more trivia for you guys. One more. When they are spiking the punch at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, what brand of whiskey are they using?
Oh, and I just looked at it. Jameson?
Nope.
No.
Southern Comfort.
Close. Early time.
I did see. And you know what? Okay,
really quick. 1955 was an early time, but what brand were they using?
No, it's funny because the reason
why. Go ahead.
No, because I was telling my
Shut up. Go ahead.
Because I was I was telling my daughter that maybe I'll catch something that I've never noticed before, and I did. I noticed that it was early times, and I had never noticed that before.
And when I rewatched it the other day, it's funny that you said that because I caught that too. I couldn't remember Jameson early times, but now that you said that, I'm like, yes, it was early times because I remember our friend Terry used to drink early times all the time, and I'm like, oh, that was Terry's drink, early times.
Yeah,
fun story for him, but I won't go into that. But
we'll tell you the story off camera, Steve.
I guess SoCo, because SoCo was my brother's shot of choice. I'm not even sure if it was a whiskey. He just shot of SoCo, shot of peppermint schnapps.
No.
Yes.
Pass.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. Steve, what kind of fun facts do you have for this movie?
Oh man. The plotline of George McFly being dead in 1985A was actually based entirely on Crispin Glover's refusal to do the sequel, / the production company actually having an issue with him in the filming of the original movie.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Griff's pit bull hoverboard was originally supposed to be called Mad Dog, to foreshadow the ancestor set and to appear in Back to the Future Part 3, which I think is an interesting one.
Yeah.
They should have did that.
Yeah.
I think that would have made a lot more sense.
And here's a fun one. Okay, so really quick. I'm not going to give the full line of this, but the beginning of this one was the tagline for Jaws 19 is "This time it's really personal."
Yeah.
And then it's the bit about Max Spielberg. You did what I do to Mikey all the time, just mentioning other projects, and it's cool, man. Step on my shit. It's the third highest grossing film of 1989.
Okay.
And this is the longest one I have. So excuse me as I don't look at the screen, as I'm going to have to read all of this. Crispin Glover sued the filmmakers as he had not granted permission to use his likeness in Part 2. Crispin's suit named John Doe 1 through 100 as defendants, where he did not have to name all of the individuals he was suing. Crispin ended up dropping the lawsuit after the case was settled out of court for $765,000 by Universal's insurance company, who decided it would be cheaper to pay Crispin than go to trial. The Screen Actors Guild subsequently introduced new rules about likeness of characters.
So he made a new rule.
He did.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do have some movie memorabilia for this movie because
You have
it's
some really expensive movie memorabilia.
Yes,
It's Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say all three of them because you gave away my facts. So go ahead.
First off, we have a vintage 1989 Back to the Future 2 cast and crew rain scene windbreaker. You could get yours today for $749.99 with
Got it in the
$11
bank.
shipping.
Got it in the bank. Money's on the way.
Look, if it was around 100 to 150, I would probably buy it.
I probably would too.
Yeah.
Then we have a Back to the Future 2 original 1989 ultra rare commercial movie poster. It is 25 by 39 for $3,000.
Believe it.
Jesus.
And my wife thinks I'm crazy for wanting to keep original movie posters and like the tubes and everything.
No, you should. If I could get my hands on some, I mean, I would love to have original posters.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the thing that a lot of people really wanted, the Nike Air Mag 2011 Back to the Future size 11 for $22,000.
That's
Power
bonkers.
laces. All
That's
right.
bonkers, bro. Those are bonkers. I'd
Dude.
rather have the jacket that has self dry cleaning.
I remember
Yes.
when those came
The
out.
jacket is now dry.
I remember when those came out and they sold out in I think less than a minute.
They
if I
were,
remember
and I
right.
think
And they were like they were like
500
5,000.
bucks.
No,
Yeah.
they were like 5,000.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think
They-
they were that expensive.
Yes,
know-
they were.
Oh wow.
They were like $5,000, $2,000. They were They were ridiculously expensive.
And they immediately went for resales for double to triple the price.
I
Oh,
guarantee. I
absolutely.
guarantee it wasn't 5 because these aren't Jordans.
No.
Like-
but these were put
Yeah.
out by Nike. So
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus
It was
Christ.
all. It was all for charity though. That's
Yeah,
the
it
thing.
was. It
all
was for the
charity.
Park and
No.
Michael J. Fox Foundation, if I'm not mistaken.
It wasn't for
Right.
charity though. You know why? Because every single person that like half the people that bought them turned around and resold them for like twice the price.
That's
and
true.
half
Hell
the
yeah.
money. My wife just bought a 12-foot skeleton for $300. Those 12-foot skeletons that they have for $300, and people are selling those online for like $1,000 right now.
Oh my
It's
God.
crazy. I'm sorry. Just
That's
No, no.
crazy.
Mikey
yeah.
the
Those
Freak.
shoes. Those shoes are crazy though.
Yes, very crazy. Mikey the Freak, what
Yeah.
do you have for some related reels?
I think
Yeah.
that windbreaker jacket was actually pretty cool. I mean, like of all the items, like the windbreaker jacket was.
But
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's the thing is if it was from the actual movie, even $750 I think is way too overpriced.
It's overpriced, but I think
It's
it's, a
over-
really cool. I
Yeah.
once saw a windbreaker jacket from a stuntman from Police Academy. I believe Citizens on Patrol. He was actually the stuntman that played Mahoney on the air balloon, the hot air balloon at the end of the movie.
I think what
That's cool.
the highest I would probably go on and say a windbreaker like that would probably be like 350.
I'd be like 200, 250.
Well, 350 because it's a casting crew, so they were only for that
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
only for the rain scene. So it's super rare at that. So
And you get it autographed by your cat, by the cast, and then it makes it
By your
by my
cat?
cat. I don't have a
You
cat.
get your cat to, you get your cat to autograph.
The cat stuff.
All right, what do we have for some related
That's-
reels, man?
Hey,
Jackass.
Kevin, how much was that poster, Kevin?
3,000, I think.
$3,000 for an original. I'm sorry. I'm being a jerk and keep.
I know it is.
I know, but I'm just letting you do it. So go ahead.
I ain't got shit to do. I'm good. That's fine. Are you done?
Are you done?
Floor is yours, Senator.
Okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I yield my time.
All right. So I went with some of the three main characters. Of course, Christopher Lloyd. We've done him before in several of the movies that we've done on our podcasts. But I always loved him in tons of his movies. The first one, which was one of my favorites, is Clue. I had to mention him in Clue. Professor Plum. Angels in the Outfield, which is also a great kids Disney movie. I love it. Dennis the Menace, which also a fun kid type movie.
Also Leah Thompson.
Yes, correct. And then, which I don't have her on that one, but I just kept him as a dream team.
Plays Dennis's mom.
And the Dream Team, which was another one that I liked him in with Michael Keaton.
Stephen Frost. Stephen Frost from Animal House.
Yep.
You also have Peter, what's his name, from Young Frankenstein.
Peter, what's his name?
The dad from Everybody Loves Raymond.
I don't remember his name.
I know you're talking about. Yeah. I can't remember the name either.
I know the Dream Team, dude. I remember the Dream Team from when I was.
That was a good movie. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah.
All right. Guys. So Elizabeth Shue, which is the new Jennifer. Love it. She was on The Saint with Val Kilmer, which was a great movie. I love The Saint with Val Kilmer. The Karate Kid, another great 80s movie in her prime. That's probably why she got this role, I would assume. And then one of the recent things she did, a couple years now, she was on The Boys, the one on
Amazon
Prime. Yeah.
She was smoking hot in The Boys too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just because she's smoking hot. I was like, leaving Las Vegas.
No.
You forgot Taxi for Christopher Lloyd. Taxi's a great one for Lloyd.
Yeah, I usually do a lot of the movies. Some of the shows they've been in, like I did. Leah Thompson did Caroline in the City.
Yeah.
And she's like, everybody was like, yeah, okay. So
I mean, we did mention Who Framed Roger Rabbit in Back to the Future too. So, and Christopher Lloyd was also in Framed Roger Rabbit.
Sure.
Yeah.
But The Boys is absolutely amazing. And if you are not caught up with the new season, what are you doing with your life? Sorry, please continue.
The Boys is good. So I went with, of course, Michael J. Fox, and some of the ones that he's always known for. Teen Wolf, another one out of the 80s that was very popular with him.
Wang in the background.
Huh?
Wang in the background.
In the background.
Oh, the Wang in the background. I'm like, there's no Wang in the background. What are you talking about?
No, it's Wang in the foreground. I'm looking at it.
Put it away. Go to bed.
I'm just saying you're a dickhead.
And then Doc Hollywood. I love Doc Hollywood. Such a good movie. He was the voice of Stuart Little. Also a family-friendly kids movie. And then I loved him in one of his first movies, not Frighteners, of course. But Midnight Madness. So if you've ever, I don't know, Steven, you ever seen Midnight Madness?
I have not. I've seen The Frighteners, but I have not seen Midnight Madness.
I have not either, actually.
Midnight Madness is with the one from American Werewolf in London. David Naughton is in that one, plays his older brother. They go on their colored teams, white, blue, green, yellow, red. The guy that plays Eugene from the Grease we talked about earlier, he's also in it. He's head of the white team. But they actually
are they all nerds?
Scavenger.
Is the white team just all nerds? Because
they're all nerds. They're all nerds on scooters. And then they actually have a scavenger hunt through the city of Los Angeles. So they have to do one they do one task and then they find a clue and then they all have to go to the next guy. It's a very good movie. It's fun and interesting and intriguing. So a lot of good cast in that movie too.
Cool. We need a good new
Yeah.
scavenger film.
What's that one? You said you just mentioned them earlier. The one from Animal House.
Steam Frost.
Yeah, he's in it too.
Oh,
Okay. Well, Steve, where can people find you and your podcast?
That would be the last podcast that you'd ever want. I'm just kidding. It's the last podcast you'd want. We are on every major podcast outlet. We are doing a YouTube show now, which is just the regular show that we do. And we just put up the film when we talk on Skype. It's me and my buddy Travis. We talk about movies that we have seen that are new, some that are old. We talk about movie trailers. It's pretty much everything movie and TV, pop culture, entertainment related. We drop whenever we want. And you can find us on Instagram at The Last Podcast You'd Want. And tip the field, try the staff. Thanks for coming. See you next week.
You can find Steve talking about everything new there, and you can find him here talking about everything old. So here we go. That's basically what it is. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So as we come to a close, make sure you do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumbing. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit the bell to get notifications when we post our videos. So for Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek, and keep it retro, everybody.
Peace.